Malema should stop coming to Kenya and insult our president. In fact, I want to ask the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to demand an apology from Julius Malema and EFF of South Africa, and to deny him visa and passport from coming to Kenya again. To tender and reserved apology, not only to President William Ruto, but to the great people of Kenya. Because when you insult William Ruto as the President of Kenya, you are insulting all of Kenyans. And we are giving Malema the next 5 days to do unreserved apology to the President and the government. Aombe msamaha kwa mara moja kwa rais na wa Kenya kwa siku 5 sijazo, na asiwahi pewa passport na visa ya kukuja Kenya tena.
Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching our channel for the first time, please take a second or two and subscribe to our channel. Then click the notification bell. You can also like and share our videos. To all our subscribers and our supporters, allow me to thank you in a very special way, because you're the people who have made this channel be where it is today. Julius Malema jetted into the country a few days ago, and his visit came against a backdrop of warning Raila on 2 occasions. Immediately, Kenyans were through with the 2022 elections and William Ruto was sworn in as the president. Malema warned Raila not to allow history to judge him as one person who is ever hungry for power. And then when Raila went to the streets, led the demonstrations with other Kenyans to lament against the high cost of living and electoral justices, Malema again fired a warning shot, warning Raila that he would not allow Raila to go to the streets, that it was becoming a stumbling block to the government of William Ruto. So when he jetted into the country, he came as a darling of the Kenya Kwanza Brigade and an enemy of the Azimio fraternity. But to the shock and the chagrin of the Kenya Kwanza team, Malema changed tune and warned William Ruto. And he said 3 things that did not augur well with the Kenya Kwanza government. One, he came when King Charles had just visited, completed his visit to the country, and he was given a red carpet. And Malema criticized that move, and he said that William Ruto shouldn't have placed a red carpet for King Charles. Instead, the Kenyan government should have confronted King Charles to apologize for the atrocities that were meted on innocent Kenyans during the colonial period. That did not go down well with Ruto, because you know that Ruto and Gachagua were given their victory by UK and the US. So when Malema was attacking their boss, they didn't like it. And then the second thing that he said is that no matter how many times the Kenyan, deep state robs Raila of his victory, if it's God planned, or if fate has it that one day Raila will attend to the most coveted house in the land, Statehouse, he will. And Malema took that opportunity to explain why he had chided Raila. He said that as a Pan-Africanist, you let things go and you wait for another moment. And that bit that Raila has been robbed of his victory did not go down well with the Kenyan government. And Rigathi Gachagua replied, and it was an onslaught against Malema.
Mambo ya Kenya, tungetaka kuambia wageni wakitembea waheshimu viongozi wa ile nchi wametembea. Sisi tumetembea nchi za ngambo na tunaenda tunakaa, hatuwezi kumtusi rais wa nchi ya ngambo, hatuwezi ingilia siasa ya huko. Huyu amekuja ni mjuaji, amefika asubuhi saa 8, mambo ya Kenya anajua hata kuliko sisi. Simulimusikia yeye? Na pale kwao nilikuwa hapo December. Rationing ya stima ni 7 hours. Na sisi hatuongei kwa sababu tunaheshimu hawa. Sasa yeye amefika hapa ni mjuaji. Mambo ya Kenya, rais, sijui nini. Sisi tungetaka kuomba viongozi kutoka nchi jirani. Mkitembea hapa Kenya, mkuje hapa pwani, muingie kwa bahari, mfanye sunbathing, muogelee kama mnataka, mkule samaki. Mkitoka hapo muende Masai Mara, muone wanyama, alafu muingie ndege mfanye nini? Mrudi kwenu. Mambo ya hapa mtuachie. Kwa sababu hata sisi tukija kwenu, mambo yenu hatufanyi nini? Yeah, kwa sababu kama hapa unasema ni mbaya, unakuja kufanya nini?
Now, yesterday, again, the Nandi senator, Samson Cheregai, fired a warning shot. And he gave Malema 5 days to apologize, and to the EFF, the party that Malema belongs to offer an apology to the president and the people of Kenya, citing that it was his statements were tantamount to disrespect to William Ruto.
Malema should stop coming to Kenya and insult our president. In fact, I want to ask the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to demand an apology from Julius Malema and EFF of South Africa, and to deny him visa and passport from coming to Kenya again. To tender and reserved apology, not only to President William Ruto, but to the great people of Kenya. Because when you insult William Ruto as the President of Kenya, you are insulting all of Kenyans. And we are giving Malema the next 5 days to do unreserved apology to the President and the government. Aombe msamaha kwa mara moja kwa rais na wa Kenya kwa siku 5 sijazo, na asiwahi pewa passport na visa ya kukuja Kenya tena.
But there is this video that is going viral, and it's a video that I think Malema did it in anticipation of what would follow, because he knew very well that he had gotten into some people's nerves. He knew very well that his statements would not go down well with certain quarters. And Malema has told the entire Kenya Kwanza team, Malema has told Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto that he doesn't care, because this is not the first time he is pointing the truth to those people who he feels has aid from the main cause. And he told them he is not going to apologize, and he does not regret his statements.
I don't know if you'll regret inviting me after this. But my problem is that I tell my truth as is, and I say it to authorities without fear or favor. Till today, no one has ever sued me legally successful. Till today, no one has imprisoned me, because you can't imprison or sue the truth. The truth will always prevail.
You know, the drama between Julius Malema and the Kenya Kwanza leadership is one that proves that what is good for the gander should not be good for the goose. Mkuki kwa nguruwe, kwa binadamu ni chungu. You see, when Malema was speaking against Raila, the entire Kenya Kwanza team, the bloggers and all the apologies to the Kenya Kwanza team, praised Malema as someone who had seen the light. But now that the spear is directed to their house, they are burning with fury. And that is the nature of our politics. It is about personal interest. And you see, let them understand that Malema is not someone that you can begin a quarrel with. The altercation between the Kenya Kwanza and Malema will only leave the Kenya Kwanza team with a rotten egg on their face, because Malema, like some of the leaders in our country, people like Sonko, are not the kind of people you would want to have a verbal exchange, because they will get into your But I understand where Malema is coming from. Because the only reason why Malema was prompted to react is because when William Ruto got into office, he had presented himself as the new Pan-Africanist, you know, talking against the dollar, saying that we should be united and as a continent. And then some of these Pan-Africanists thought that, well, this is the right time, we've gotten another person. But then his actions are not going along with the verbal, you know, language that he's speaking. But it's also telling William Ruto that you cannot blow hot and cold. You cannot say that you are a Pan-Africanist and you are, you know, dancing to the tune of the West. Even if this is not going down well with the Kenya Kwanza team, it is the truth. Because courtesy of dancing to the Western tune, Kenyans are really suffering. And that is the reason maybe why many people accepted, you know, Malema's speech. Because people know very well by today that we are suffering because of the high taxes that have been labeled by the Western powers. So even if this is not going to be palatable to them, it is the truth. Because Malema says, you... Even if they deny Malema a visa, Malema can still speak from the rooftops of the South African bungalows and skyscrapers there. The only thing that they need to do as a team, let them decide. If you know you are a Western apologist, stop pretending and trying to con Kenyans that you are a Pan-Africanist. You cannot be the two. With that, no one will try speaking. We will know that this person has declared he is a puppet of the West. Because I think that has been the problem. Speaking from both sides of the mouth. Today you're saying one thing, tomorrow another. And you know, this clamor to cheat everyone will be a thorn in the flesh very soon to William Ruto. Because Kenyans, even hustlers who had been hoodwinked, now understand that William Ruto is a liar. Everything that he said during the campaigns, none of them has been implemented. Including the charters that he signed with several groups, the treaties, none of them. Now beyond Kenya, at the African Union, they have realized that William Ruto is dishonest. At the international front, it was the Deputy UN Secretary General who said that when he first met William Ruto, he knew that this person is never honest. And she said she doesn't trust William Ruto. And this tells you that he's been exposed. There is nowhere to hide because now people understand him. I remember William Ruto himself once said that tuko na upungufu wa wajinga Kenya. We have a shortage of imbeciles and fools. So you cannot deceive all of us all the time. You've deceived people, sometimes. But you know, he thinks that Kenyans are fools, that they can be hoodwinked every now and then. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think that for the very first time, William Ruto has been confronted by people he never thought could confront him. This is just a tip of an iceberg. More are yet to come.